Welcome back to another episode of the Educating the Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo P. And
nobetternina.
And we're back again to give you our educated opinions.
With rhetoric content. I mean, reckless. Sorry. I fucked it up. My bad. You seem down. What's going on?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll wake up eventually as we go on.
Fell asleep. And I was like, man, my body different. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Tired. Not to say that I'm tired. I don't know, man. Maybe it's like the daylight saving. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably is, actually. That makes a lot of sense. This happens to a lot of people. And especially because you're, like, actually going to work. Like, you're not working from home. So, it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. But I'm here to give you my 100% energy for all the topics that we have for today. Let's go. What have you been up to this past week, Nina? How has your past week, 7 days been?
It was good. Basically, what did I do? Not much other than Halloween stuff. So Halloween came around, and like honestly, I wasn't gonna dress up this year because I'm like, it's so last minute. Like my friend, she was having like a get together. It was supposed to be 6 of us. It ended up just being 4. At her house because she just got a house, and
in Vaughn.
Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck she do for a living?
She has a boyfriend too, so like they both like it's a contributed income, I guess, basically. But
they both chipped in on $1 million home?
Yeah, I don't know how much it was, but yeah. So they got a house. They're very good with their money though. I will give them that. Like she's always, since I've known her for like the last almost 10 years now, like she's always been very good with her money. So
congratulations to her.
Yeah.
People I know, they be getting a house outside of GTA. Yeah. So for her to get one inside, good on her.
Yeah, exactly. So it was nice. It was just 4 of us, which ended up getting like, I didn't really get drunk. They got drunk. And
you scared to get drunk? What's going on? You know?
No, I was driving, so I had
to. Oh, you have responsibilities now.
Yeah. But basically the theme was like animals, like animal costumes. And I was like, man, it's so last minute. So I just ordered some animal ears and a tail off Amazon. And I'm like, I know, I'll just be a party animal and stick a birthday hat on one side. So that was my costume.
You just say you'll be a party animal?
Yeah, I thought that was so creative, a party animal. A lot of people have done it.
There's no such thing as a party animal. That's not an animal.
I know, that's the whole, it's like a pun, like it's a play on being an animal. Like, people say, oh my god, you're such a party animal. So I'm like, oh, I told everyone to be animals, so I'm gonna be a party animal.
Oh, that's like you saying you decide to be a savage for Halloween.
No, that's not what happened. Anyways, so I thought it was a great idea. And then the next day on actual Halloween, I did the haunted walk at Black Creek. Okay, so listen, this is what happened. We went there, it's freezing cold, and I didn't wear a winter jacket. And then in one of the like houses, it was like a mill, an old abandoned mill they put you in. They tell you the story of each building as you go to them. And this mill, like you weren't allowed in the basement. But my boyfriend saw the like chain thing and how you could unclip it. And he's like, let's just go. I'm like, no, you go. I'm not going to the basement. So I'm waiting upstairs at the top of the stairs. He's in the basement. And then I'm on the middle floor. And as I'm standing there, I hear footsteps on the upstairs floor. And I'm like, oh my God, do you hear that? And he's like, are you running right now? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I hear footsteps. I'm like, me too. I panicked. I was about to leave and run out of the house, but like, I couldn't move. Like, yeah, that's so scared. So, and he heard them too. So like, I wasn't like, he's like, see, that's what you have to do. You have to piss off the ghosts so that they come out. I'm like, oh my God, we're not doing this anymore. So yeah, that happened. And then we got home, and throughout the week, I noticed my neck was getting a little bit itchy, like just my neck area. And then all of a sudden, I'll show you a picture of what it looked like, but it was like literally swollen, red. Like it was so painful that, can you see it?
Ew.
Yeah, it was so painful. I couldn't sleep. I didn't go to sleep till 5 o'clock that morning. Like I would just sit there, and any sort of breeze passing by, touching it, like I rubbed so much lotion on it, everything, anything that like like went by and I could feel it on my neck, it would just sting and burn. So I literally had to wrap my throat in blankets to go to sleep. And then the next day I went to the doctors and they're just like, yeah, you're having an allergic reaction to the cold. And yeah, it's a real thing. People get hives in the cold. And then I was like, what the hell? But then I realized I know why it happened. Because all week long I was working out in my basement, which is heated. And then right after working out, I would jump outside and do my cardio in the cold, but I wouldn't let my body go back to normal temperature. So I'll go outside in the freezing cold with no jacket and jump rope because I'm sweating from working out in the basement.
Okay.
And my neck started getting itchy from early in the week. And then, yeah, I got super fucked up. It's much better now.
Why is your neck in particular? Why not like other parts of your body?
I think because the skin is thinner. Because the doctor told me, he gave me this cream, this steroid cream, and he's like, don't put too much on because your skin there is very thin. So if you put too much on, it's gonna like make it worse.
Mm.
But it really helped. My eyes were swelling that night as well and getting dry. Like I was just having a really bad reaction. And now it's better, thank fucking God. So we can video record this podcast. Because if it still looked like that, oh my God, I would have told you we're just doing audio. But
You could have just thrown like a bandana around your neck. I don't know what you tried.
I would
Like,
look super ghetto.
oh,
So
so now you're too good to look ghetto,
I'm
huh?
not putting a bandana on my neck. That is so ghetto. Who the fuck does that?
Bankroll fresh.
I'm not bankroll fresh. So I don't need to do that. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically what happened during my week. Your turn.
Um,
Yes, nothing.
no, I didn't really do anything. Yeah. I went over to like since I was working, I went over to like I went over to Air. Remember how you
Oh,
were
you went
talking
to
about
Air.
Air?
Yeah. Okay.
I went to Air and the Paris, and I was like, wow, these are some places that I never thought would ever be on my things to do or things to go. And so I went there, went to Brantford too.
And did you
Uh,
like Paris and Air?
uh, I mean, Paris has like a lot of old people in this downtown section.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot older people live there. Brantford, like downtown Brantford, complete shithole. I just gotta put that out there. And I really didn't do anything. I think over this weekend, what did I do this weekend? Nothing in particular. I didn't do anything special.
So you didn't celebrate Halloween. That's okay.
No. I mean, no. There was nothing outwardly really do for Halloween this year, unless you're gonna do like a small gathering. And I see that people were really complaining about like other
Halloween parties.
people being
Yeah.
with other people. Yeah, was it like Anko? Did Anko ever do like a party?
Anko did, and I don't know how, because I saw it being promoted on Instagram. Like one of the promoters, like we follow each other, and I saw him promoting it for his birthday, and I was like, wait a second, indoor dining is not allowed, period. So how are you guys doing this? And then I think they put tents up on the rooftop, and that's how they did it. Because I saw some videos on Sixbuzz of people under a tent, and everyone was commenting and COVID, like COVID, and I was like,
Anko. I don't
well,
know why people were so tight about seeing other people be happy, and I was like, why? That's cool,
I think because everyone just wants to get out of the lockdown and just
man.
not have to worry about this virus and bringing it home to whoever they have at home and shit. But like,
Let's keep it honest. You guys should have been worried about getting out of the lockdown back in like April, June, July, August,
I'm sure
September.
everybody was out in July and August.
Exactly. So now you guys care,
But it's because now the numbers are worse. But
man.
I don't know how I feel about everything right now. To be honest with you, anymore. I'm kind of just like I remember a couple like maybe a month or so ago I saw like CB24 tweeted it, but it kind of went like it never got fully reported on, just went under the radar about how Ontario was so overwhelmed with testing numbers that we started sending them to America. And if you guys remember, when COVID happened, America was classifying everything as COVID because they couldn't keep up with the testing numbers. So if people were dying of heart attacks and stuff, especially in like bigger states like New York and shit, which is I'm pretty sure where we're sending our test results, they were classifying it as COVID just because they didn't have time to actually rule out why you died because they needed all the doctors in the hospitals for COVID. So I mean, I've heard like theories and stuff from other people about how right now, like literally these numbers are skyrocketing because again, they're classifying allergies and whatever, like anything as COVID right now, which that theory does make sense because of like what I said. It was a credible report from CB24 about how we're sending our test results to America, and America was doing that, and there was credible reports on that too. So I'm just like that's why at this point I'm just like, man, like it's annoying, don't get me wrong, and like I'm still wearing my mask and shit and following rules, don't get me wrong, but for me it's just crazy as somebody who went to the gym, movie theaters, restaurants, basically did everything, and knock on wood, nothing happened, and I live with vulnerable people. So
Yeah, I'm outside. I'm outside like maybe close to 7 days a week outside.
yeah,
Got my mask on, and I haven't contracted anything.
yeah,
And I've gotten tested a bunch of times. So I honestly find it very,
you're just contradicting.
yeah, maybe so. And also found it very surprising when I find out people, not to say I don't know anyone personally that got it, but I find it very surprising when I see like the numbers are skyrocketing now more than ever. And I'm like, I'm outside all the time. Well, not to say, yeah, I'm outside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing everything that needs to be done. And I still haven't contracted anything. So either maybe a lot of those tests are false positives and giving people like, yo, you're positive, and it just has like a wild number.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't, I don't know, it just like kind of like, it's just annoying at this point. And like I said, I'm still following the rules and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, this weekend, my friend's thing was 4 people. The Black Creek thing was actually all outside, which was good. And our group was only 5 people. But like, I'm still wearing my masks and shit. I actually ate on a patio this weekend in the cold. But surprisingly, it was not cold. So I went to Jack Astor's after the Black Creek thing, and we made sure they had like a heated patio, and it was actually pretty well heated at Jack Astor's. I was surprised. No, in Vaughan, at Highway 7. They had like those heat lamps like at every single table, and like the tables were like one here, one on the other side, and then the heat lamps on both tables. So it's kind of like 2 in the middle, basically, heat lamps. And there was like maybe like 15 of them. So it was actually not that bad, but I'm not doing that when the snow comes. Just wanted to like go on a date for like the first time in a long time.
Yeah, so wouldn't tomorrow or this Friday mark the end of the 28 lockdown for Peel and Toronto?
Yeah. And Monday marks it for Vaughan. I already got an email from my gym saying that they're supposed to open on Monday, but I think Doug Ford's gonna just tell us it's not happening.
That's my saying that, man.
Well, he's going to say it's not happening. I mean, think about it. You know what else pisses me off as someone who goes to the gym, and I think a lot of other people can relate to this if they go to the gym, is that the numbers have gone up even more than what they were when the gyms were open. Doesn't that fucking tell you it was not happening at the gym?
To be honest, I really don't know where the cause of the issue is coming from right now.
That's what I'm saying. None of it fucking makes sense.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out my damn self. It's like, all right, they locked out everything. Numbers just stay up.
None of it fucking
unless there is like some type of undercover like rave or like meetup that is like for the super elite and we have no clue, then I don't know what to tell anyone why the numbers are so high.
Yeah, it's not making sense. But anyways, and just last thing quickly. So by the time this episode drops, the US elections will have happened and they will either have a new president or the same old Cheeto. So I guess we'll
what do you want to put your neck out and say? Who do you think is going to be the president of the United States come Wednesday?
It's so close. Today I saw it's I think 10 or 6% lead for Biden. It's really close. Like but my gut says Biden's going to win.
I say Trump.
All right. Well, they've boarded up. I have a couple friends out in DC, and they've sent me snaps or they've posted snaps in their stories. Sorry, of how DC is like all boarded up, like ready for like, because a riot's gonna happen either way it goes.
America's been riding all year, man. They trying to burn that motherfucker down, man. That's what America wants to do. Just burn this shit down, and we don't care who wins. Just burn the motherfucker down.
Yeah. So it's
come Wednesday, if you're listening to this, and Trump wins, I just want to say Trump has won. Oh.
And if once it comes and Biden won, I just want to say that the world will maybe get back to normal. Maybe Biden is the
I
reason.
think the world might get worse after Biden. But I mean, yeah, that's my take. I don't think Biden is. I do not think Biden is like the shining glimmer of hope that America needs.
I don't think so, but he's a better, like, he has more common sense than Donald Trump does. All Donald Trump cares about is fucking. I don't even know what he cares about.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. No. But seriously, like, think about it. Even when it comes, let alone to just like COVID-19 and handling the whole pandemic, like, I think Joe Biden would do a much better job than Donald Trump is.
To be honest, I honestly feel like the COVID thing, in terms of like all governments, I feel like it's hard. It's harder when you have more people. When you have more people to deal with, America is like super overpopulated, and they are the shining stars of the West in terms of liberation and free will and doing what you want. So
following your dreams,
telling your 300 million citizens to follow rules while everyone's been protesting about the most stupidest of things for the past decade is kind of hard, right? It's hard to manage that America, you know?
Yeah, and I think the fact that they have a president who they know they can't take seriously and they don't know whether or not what he's telling them is the truth or a lie because he's contradicted himself so many times also plays into that. But
also, Joe Biden is not doing the best, because you see that viral video of TD 2 Chainz talking about they're deaf and he started rapping.
I didn't watch it. I came across it, but I didn't watch it.
I saw that and I was like, bro. So we got the Celebrity Apprentice. They got the Celebrity Apprentice as their president, and they got Joe Biden doing everything to get the black vote. I'm like, when I seen that, I was like, what? Why?
Listen, they're not that either.
They got Eminem rapping for them too. They got strippers doing endorsements. I was like, they're doing. If this is what black culture is, if this is what black culture looks to you and what attracts the young black folk, bro, that shows you how little they think of us.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is neither one of them are an amazing candidate, like A+, like gonna do great things, but one of them is clearly better than the other, and I think it's very obvious who that is. But
all right.
Yeah. Anyways, time to get into pop culture news. You want to start it off?
All right, so this is some small news. Starting off by saying congratulations to Yaya Mayweather, or Yana Mayweather. She's currently Floyd Mayweather confirms that she's carrying the seed of NBA Youngboy.
Barf. I hate that guy.
Well, he didn't do nothing to you. Yeah,
because he literally does look like the kid who eats all the red crayons in class. I fucking hate NBA Youngboy. He's just so annoying and dumb and like childish. Like he's just stupid in my opinion. He just gets under my skin.
Wow. He's a family man. Talking about you don't like.
He's not a family man.
Yeah,
he has like 8 kids, and does he ever see any of them?
Yeah, I see pictures of him and videos of him with his child all the time, with children all the time.
I mean, I don't follow him, but from what I see on blogs and shit, I never seen that. So,
because blogs,
maybe I saw it once.
Blogs are
there
to ruin his image. Huh?
And how are you like 18 with 6 kids?
Technically, he's like 22, I think, 21.
All right, fine, but still.
He started having kids at 16.
Actually, we know someone like that in real life.
Do we?
Yeah, we can't put them on blast though.
Oh.
I'll text you who it is right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they would care if we put them on blast, but like, I'm not gonna do it. Anyways.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. So I almost just texted them instead of you.
So since they're doing it doesn't matter. No, not to say it doesn't matter, but it shows that I know. I came to that conclusion. Yeah.
I'm just making sure that you knew who it was.
So
yeah. I don't know. He just pisses me off, but I mean, good for her. She's stupid for having. She just like. Why would you want? Okay, this is my thing. Why would you want to have kids with someone who has all his baby mamas are different, right? None of them are the same.
None of them are the same.
Exactly. Why would you want to have kids with somebody like that?
I remember seeing this comment on the Black TV website, and they said instead of her being like the I guess, a shining role model for young Black women that come from a wealthy background to go on and do like great things. She ends up being like a stereotype by having a child with a man who has multiple uh, children by different women, and ends up trying to stab another person who's carrying his child as well.
That's also why I hated her too.
Yeah.
I hate both of them. She's fucking psycho. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
There's
I
literally,
mean,
oh my god, I can't.
it's unfortunate. I'm not saying it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Can you say blessing in disguise?
No,
Yeah.
it's not really in disguise no more.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing though. I mean, bringing a kid into this world is something that's a beautiful thing. Floyd Mayweather, obviously as a father, he probably low key disappointed, but he says he's supportive. He's like, hey, if this is what you want to do, then I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
Do it.
And Youngboy's mom responded. So in the interview, Floyd made comments because the interview, Jason Lee, he was saying basically how did you feel when Youngboy called you like bitch ass daddy or something? And
now bitch ass daddy.
yeah.
Yo, that was a viral video, man.
And then basically Floyd was like, I can't be mad at a kid. Like it all starts in the home and teaching them respect pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And Youngboy's mom goes on Instagram live to respond, and she's like, she's just saying like, keep my name out of your mouth and blah blah blah. Like no one said your fucking name. Honestly, they're all just stupid. I can't stand either one of them.
Yeah.
I really seriously just hate them both.
I mean, Floyd does have a point. But
yeah,
also
that's the point. But like, I can't stand Youngboy, can't stand his mom, and I can't stand Floyd's daughter either. Like the house, like it's just a big circle of stupidity.
Mm-hmm. Can't tell what the heart wants, right?
Yeah, like it's just dumb. Anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Also, this other went viral as well. Remember Bad Baby?
Yeah, how could we forget?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I honestly forgot, to be honest. But when I saw this pop up on my on the internet, people commenting on her relationship. She's 17 years old currently, and her boyfriend is 20 years old. And she posted that on the internet, and people had things to say about the age difference in terms of the fact that he's 20, she's 17, and she started defending it by saying, "Hey, some of your moms are like 34, and your dad's 50 something, like." 3 years is nothing. Like she tried to brush it off as something light. Mm-hmm. Granted, yes, 3 years is nothing, but I honestly feel like when you're 20 years old, I don't feel like girls that are 17 have hit their physical peak in terms of a woman that's like that's in their 20 or early 20s or something.
Okay, but not even that, but like if you're 20, okay, if you're 17 and dating a 20-year-old, it doesn't look bad, it just looks whatever, okay? Yeah. But if you're 20 and dating a 17-year-old, it looks like you're a loser. Point blank, period. Because you're dating someone who's way younger and still technically in high school. Like you look like a loser at that point. So from one point, it looks normal. I get it. And like, yeah, if I was 17 dating a 20-year-old, I'd be like, cool, I'm not 18, but like, it's not that big of an age difference, whatever. But if I was the 20-year-old's friend and he was dating a 17-year-old, I'd be like, ew, you're a loser. What the fuck are you doing?
I can see how you say they're a loser.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't feel like 17-year-old girls would necessarily stack up to a girl that's like 20.
I mean, well, when you're Bad Baby and you have money, right? Like,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Granted, I feel like you after 17, you still got some developing to do. I like.
Why is it all physical? You don't think he cares about her personality?
All right, man. All right. If we're gonna go there.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, she's not as developed, but like, why does that even matter at this point? Like, okay, exclude that. It's just, first of all, he's a loser for going after someone who's 17.
Maybe, okay, all right. Granted, all right, check this out. All right, if we're not going to be talking about physical looks, all right, since Nina wants to go a little deeper. All right, Bad Baby has money.
Yeah.
Right? She has some fame, she got some notoriety. I don't know who dude is, but maybe dude has money and maybe he's able to do certain things that most can't. And they're equaled in the financial field and they're able to do certain things. Like maybe he could buy her a Birkin, she could buy him a G-Wagon type of things. And that's probably cute. All right. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
Okay. Well,
Money. Maybe money. Maybe the money is make it equal. Just because the same way how you saw Tiger with Kylie.
yeah.
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 They both
Exactly.
have money. So it's like, all right, it makes it you kind of understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Well, dudes, I don't know if dude's like super popular from where he's at, but if you got money, then there's a bit of an understanding for Bad Baby to go like, okay, you understand the fact that I have so much money and able to do certain things, and we could do things together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Just next.
Yeah, I wouldn't do no shit like that, but granted, I don't know.
Next.
All right. So the debate. Oh, so this was like a hot debate over the internet.
Mhm.
The baby was nominated for 12 BET Hip Hop Awards, and he came back home with nothing, man.
Yep.
I never seen a disgrace like this in my life.
Yep.
People really like how you get nominated for 12 and not
Well,
get
you were the leading nominee.
and not get nothing,
Zero.
nothing. And he was kind of like nonchalant about it. It's like baby made $1 million like the day after and whatever. So he doesn't seem like to be taking it serious, which a lot of people don't seem to be taking the BET Hip Hop more seriously, which is in a way, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Megan was the biggest winner of the night with 3
Yeah.
awards.
Yeah. So check this. So when it came to Megan, right, in a lot of her categories, granted, if certain people were in that category where she was facing, then okay, she would win the award. But
Mhm.
in terms of certain categories that she was in, it was kind of a hard sell to kind of let people know that, all right, she deserved to win. In terms of like Hustler of the Year, and she got the Fenty. She has some other things that might have went well, but
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay,
she
yeah.
was also in the category with Travis fucking Scott, who has been doing collaborations with McDonald's. Who I think the only other person that did collaboration with McDonald's in terms of
After
black
him
was
was Bad Bunny.
not even Bad Bunny. I think before it was Michael Jackson,
Oh,
or Michael Jordan.
okay.
So the collaboration with McDonald's, big Hustler of the Year.
His drink, cacti, whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
that too. He did what
The
else is it?
Reese's Puff.
That exact Fortnite. He
Okay,
did
so
stuff.
that's what Hustler of the Year. I see.
Yeah,
I heard the category and I was like, "What the fuck is Hustler of the Year?"
yeah. You're doing different things. So in terms of a year for hustling, Travis Scott obviously by far has really landslide overcasted Megan in terms of
Megan,
different.
yeah, all Megan really has is what Revlon and her
Uh,
endorsement from Fenty.
yeah,
Savage
I
Fenty.
think so. There might be one more that I might be over. I might be forgetting, but in terms of like the impact of certain things, I think Travis Scott really displayed that he was a hustler this year.
Yeah, you're right. I
You know,
agree. Yeah,
but for her to win it, it was kind of like it doesn't
everyone's
compare
yeah.
compared to Travis. It doesn't necessarily make sense. All right, so granted, there's other categories she's won. It was like, all right, we could do some stuff like that. In terms of, I guess, artist of the year, she was up against
Drake,
Roddy Ricch.
Drake, Future, Lil
Yeah.
Baby, and Roddy Ricch.
Okay, so in that category,
I
Meg. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry. In my opinion of that,
Yeah.
that's a tough group, but I wouldn't say she wasn't. I wouldn't say she wasn't deserving of that award.
Yeah.
She was a pretty popular artist this
Yeah.
year. I wouldn't say that was an award where she just got out of sympathy,
Yeah.
which a lot
And
of people were saying on the internet.
yeah, I mean, granted, like I said, there's categories. If there weren't certain people in it, it would be like, all right, yeah, give it to her. But there's certain, like I said, there's certain categories where certain people participate in it. It's kind of a harder sell.
Yeah.
And it's kind of harder to say that she is more deserving of that word just based on accolades. I don't know what they base their criteria on, but if we're going off of numbers and certain impact, I feel like Roddy Ricch, who had a very solid year,
Mm-hmm.
outshined Megan in terms of he had a number one song by himself. He
His
was
album.
the album went well. He was on another number one, which was The Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Baby's Rockstar as well. And he was able to showcase he was able to showcase how well his talent is by being a solo artist.
Mm-hmm.
Outshine, if you really look at it, all Megan's number ones, which is only two, both are part of a feature. So
Mm-hmm.
she was a feature. She had a feator for Beyonce that powder bolted her to number
Yeah.
one. she was a part of Cardi B's song, which she was a feature on that went up to number one. She has some certain feats that she was unable to do by herself. First week album sales in terms of the baby or Roddy Ricch plummets in terms of certain things. So, I'm saying, I'm not quite sure what the BET Hip Hop Awards base their criteria on.
Sympathy.
And if it is sympathy, if she got shot in the foot and they were like, let's just give it to her. Let's just show that we fuck with black women and just give it to her. Then it's kind of like, I see why.
Credibility.
Yeah, I see why people weren't too pressed about the
winning the award.
Yeah, and the sad thing about it is that we've been saying, yo, let's put more support into the BET Hip Hop Awards because the Grammy doesn't fuck with us. We go turn to the BET Awards and go like, whoa.
They Grammy'd
us. They was like, whoa. And then it's like, yeah, all right, then fuck,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like a joke.
Yeah, it was pretty it was interesting to say the least. But speaking of Megan, Tory Lanez brought back Quarantine Radio for Halloween and did a $10,000 twerk contest. And people kept reporting it until he got shut down. So, okay, he had like 2 or 3 different accounts he was going back and forth on to return onto the live because people kept reporting the account because they were hating. At one point, someone did end up joining the live. He accepted it, and the person said, "You shot Megan Thee Stallion." And then he quickly ended it. And he also had Chromazz and Chair Girl make an appearance because they were at his house that night. And he took a titty shot off of Chromazz on his Instagram live.
I would have done the same thing, man.
So my question is this, because I had a conversation with a few people, and a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Like, they were mad that he had Chromazz and Chair Girls there. They were like, he lost ratings. Like, almost like the same way when Drake put Chair Girl in the War music video, and everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he took her out. Like, everyone was feeling the same way. Well, the people I spoke to was feeling the same way about this, and they think Tory hit rock bottom because he had to have those two in his Instagram live and at his house. How do you feel about this? Do you think it was
what are we saying? What are we saying now? We're saying that Tory Lanez is now on the outskirts of society along with Chromazz and the Chair Girl, which
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but associating yourself with them so publicly behind closed doors, do what you want, fine, but so publicly on your live, them taking videos in your house in LA, everything, it makes you're trying to get yourself lumped into an outsider.
I mean, both those girls are they're street girls, I assume.
They're not. Chair Girl is not a street girl. She's from fucking Richmond Hill or something.
She's from Brazil.
She's a suburb girl.
She's from Brazil. She might be a black widow. You don't know that.
She's not. She's not much younger than me. No. And Chromazz went to school in Woodbridge, so she's also.
Right. So she's not crippin'?
I don't know what anybody's doing at this point. A lot of people are pretending to be people they're not.
She's not on no crip shit. Oh, that hurts. That hurts to find out.
Well, you're from the suburbs too, so shut the fuck up.
Hold on, I thought she was really crippin'. I thought she was out here big C's.
She is. I just don't know.
You don't know what set does she claim? That's another one. Find a Latina crip.
I don't know. She was Jane and Finch, and then her and Coconina had that whole beef thing happen. And
isn't Coconina blood?
Yeah, and there was an issue with them.
What is it? Are they on some woo shit?
The bed.
Are they on some woo shit?
I don't know. I tried to ask Coconina about it in my interview with her for Reppin' last season, but she just indirectly answered it by saying she was like sending light and positivity and whatever, blah blah blah.
Oh, she went to send prayers.
Yeah, she's one of those like be the bigger person, and I was like, that's cool, I respect that, but like, fuck, I wanted to like get something, you know?
Yeah. So I honestly thought Chromazz was big season. In terms of to be honest, I do find that Quarantine Radio, well, I think it was a bad decision to bring it back. Not that I hate it, although it's very entertaining. I never really watched it in full when it was like when he was in the good graces of the public, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like bringing back quarantine radio was a bad decision. I think he brought it back just because he wants to showcase his innocence.
That he's normal again. But why do you
Yeah,
think it was a bad decision?
just because his public perception doesn't allow him to bring it back and for things to go back on normal. I think because his delayed reaction in terms of trying to showcase his innocence, all that shit kind of just made it a hard sell to go like, yeah, I'm fucking with quarantine radio. The numbers weren't that big. People, like we were saying, people were reporting it. So people were like hating on the whole thing. He should have just, I guess, not done it.
Honestly, I respect him for bringing it back because that really shows us that, like, yeah, I'm gonna continue doing like what I'm doing and like this is my life, like,
Yeah.
I can respect him for that and like not just sitting there sulking for months and months, like what the fuck, like this girl said I did this to her and all these people hate me and blah blah blah, So I can respect it on that end, but having Chromazz and Chair Girl is just kind of like trashy in my opinion. Like those two girls are just like they're clout chasers. That's it. Like they're like I said before, they're both very pretty girls and like they have that going for them, but other than that, there's not much else. Like they're just
granted. I don't know if the rest of the world really know who Chromazz and
that too, exactly. Like, why are you putting her on your Instagram live? Like, people are just gonna think she's just a random thought, and then everyone in Toronto is looking at you like, "What the fuck are you?" Well, I don't know more so about Chromazz, maybe more about Chair Girl, but people are looking at you like, "What the fuck are you?"
Why people hate Chair Girl? Why people hate Chair Girl more?
So dumb and got popular for it because she's hot. People are jealous. That's why.
Granted, people got popular for doing crimes.
Yeah.
I can name a few rappers doing way worse than
but
throwing
at
shit
least
off
the crimes they did were like real. Like this is a dumb,
a respectable crime. What's a respectable crime? Shooting people.
Okay, if you're gonna do a crime, make it worth it. Okay, don't do something dumb that's like not gonna do anything, and you're gonna get in shit for doing it. Like if you're gonna kill someone, kill them. All right, I'm not endorsing murder, but I'm saying if you're gonna kill somebody, kill someone. If you're gonna rob someone, rob them. If you're gonna throw a chair off a building, what is the purpose in that? When you rob someone, it's to get something. When you kill someone, it's to get rid of them. But what's the purpose of throwing a chair off a building? There needs to be purpose behind what you do. I'm not endorsing crime. I'm just saying there needs to be a purpose. There was no purpose behind what she did, and then she just got famous because she's hot, which is cool, fine. But then like, the reason you got famous is dumb. Like at least if you came up off being an Instagram baddie, I could respect it more. But it's just stupid, and nobody wants her to. Like Drake even accepted the fact that nobody wanted her in his music video anymore and actually went and took her out. So like, like why would Tory not follow lead and just like, he didn't put her in the live, but I went on her page after because I seen Chromazz tag her and she was at Tory's house. I went on her page after and I seen all her videos there too, and I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
You're just stuck on what I said about crime.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I never knew you had that in you, man.
I'm just saying, if you're doing anything in life, be it a crime, make sure it has a purpose behind it, and you're not just doing it for no purpose and then to get in trouble for some dumb shit. Like you're on probation. I think she's on probation now for what? Oh yeah, throwing a chair off a building. Like, what are you gonna tell your kids when you're older and you can't? You got charged with something or convicted of something.
Granted, she's across the border, so whatever she got hit with is not restrictive.
Yeah, or she got one of those. You can get like a form to allow you to go over the border for a certain amount of days for a trip or something if you're a criminal. So maybe she did that too. I don't know. It's gonna. I don't know. She's just dumb. Just dumb. It's just dumb. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyways, on to the next.
This is why people come to the Educating Reckless podcast to hear those takes. Reckless takes, man.
Okay, so speaking of Megan, her ex-best friend Kelsey went on her Instagram live and said she'll be clearing her name soon and is contemplating an interview offer to squash some of the ongoing rumors from that night. If she does this interview, do you think we're ever going to find out much of what really happened? Yes or no? Because I don't.
No, I want her, if she's going to do this interview, I want her to do with a hard-hitting reporter that's going to ask the questions that we want to hear. The answers,
I think she should do it with us.
Yeah. I'll ask her all the questions.
Ask her. DM her and ask her.
I asked her the hard hitting questions,
I know how we can do it. I know how we can do it. Oh my god!
and I'll press her. I'll press her when she starts to give vague answers. Like, can you divulge more?
Oh
Can you
my god!
expound?
No, listen, we could actually do this. Message her off your Apollo for the People page,
Okay.
and then ask her if she wants to come onto your I guess spin-off from your page podcast for an interview, and see where it goes, and screenshot and show me, and then we'll go back and forth.
And
This could
then
actually go somewhere.
we'll get her up there, man.
Yeah, we
We
would.
can
It
set the
would
scene.
benefit us and her.
Okay, did she say she contemplated? Is she getting offers? Like people are paying her?
I don't know if they're paying her, but if she says to pay her, like fuck,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
we
We'll
don't.
throw it. No, we can
Well,
throw the money. What the
what are you
hell?
talking about? When she's talking about getting paid, she's thinking about 20 grand or more, bro.
You
Let's
think
be honest.
so?
20 grand
Like
or
I
more.
was down to like give like 100, like 100, 200.
She used to be friends with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if $100 is like
I
gonna
mean,
cut
maybe
it.
she's really struggling right now.
I doubt that. I doubt that. I
Let's
mean,
actually do it.
granted, she's gonna have this.
Oh my god, you guys, we're gonna find out what happened on this podcast.
Fuck it. Let's go, man.
You're gonna do it. You're messaging her. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we'd find out what really happened unless she came and did it on this podcast. Something weird happened. Funk Flex called out T.I. for being a snitch on Instagram. I don't know where that came from, but he accused T.I.
Yeah.
of Atlanta Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, which honestly, I really don't know. He's talking about don't speak on me, and then honestly, it's like, yo, not to say leave T.I. alone. You can do whatever, but at this point, it's a crime stopper. There's no paperwork of him snitching. If there is, it hasn't been released to the public yet.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand this, and T.I. never responded, so I didn't think.
Yeah, it was kind of hard pressed by Funk Flex to say that. Where is it coming from, man?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It just came from nowhere, and just all of a sudden just went at him. But yeah. So anyway, speaking of T.I., so I saw that you posted here about the sushi bar that kicked out the black guy for wearing Air Force Ones. And basically it was a video that went viral of him arguing with the staff because other people in the restaurant did have on sneakers as well.
Yeah.
Mind you, the black couple was the only one being told that they could not dine there.
Mm-hmm.
So after this happened, the video went viral. This was in Atlanta. T.I. posted that the city needs to boycott the restaurant. But then T.I. accepted an apology from the owner. Who T.I. says the owner reached out to T.I. first.
I feel like I feel like the apology was misdirected. It should have never went to T.I.
anyway. And then the victim said that the owner explicitly told him he has personal ties with a lot of rappers in the city. Yeah. So the victim hears about this, he gets upset, posts a video calling out T.I. for not calling him and speaking with him first, rather than trying to save a relationship with the owner. T.I. responds to the victim on Instagram Live, talking about how the owner reached out to him first, and T.I.'s friend, I can't remember her name, starts with an E, did DM the victim for their phone number to hear their side of the story, but got no response. So T.I. was not going to, he actually got their phone number, but not until he met up with the owner. And he's like, I'm not going to randomly call you guys if you didn't even answer the DM that involved me, whatever, about helping you guys with this. I don't know, what do you think about this? Was the victim doing too much by putting this shame on T.I. publicly, or was T.I. wrong for the way he went about it?
I think it's a bit of both. Bit of both, because I feel like T.I. was passionate about injustice that might have been happening, but I do feel like the apology and the attention went on to him through the owner, just misdirection.
Yeah. And
the victim was, I guess, very butthurt, because you can see inside the video. Granted, a lot of people on the internet were talking about, hey, man, just leave. You should have just left. There's no point in arguing. If they don't want to fuck with you, just leave. But granted, if you go somewhere and they just blatantly disrespecting you, saying
you're not going to just leave, yeah.
Yeah, you're not necessarily, like, I find it very hard pressed for most people just to go up and go like, all right, cool, let me just dip out. I don't need to spend my money with you. Some people would probably be very argumentative in terms of like, no, I want to stay here. Like, I got here. I'm not going to be subjugated just to leave because of my attire. But everyone else is wearing sneakers and you're not hard. I feel like you're really just, pointing me out and trying to make me an example for something that's not necessarily that serious. And most people would be argumentative about certain things like that, which I could totally understand.
Yeah, I actually feel like the victim was doing too much
Yeah,
for putting the shame on Ti publicly, because
makes
number one,
no sense.
yeah, number one, he's lucky that Ti even came out to say anything about it and to use his platform for it. And number two, like if Ti wanted to meet up with him to discuss how it went down, like that's on Ti, you know what I mean? Like that's not on really you guys at the end of the day. So I feel like the victim was kind of being stupid about this. Like he should have just, like, I get it, the apology, yes, Ti shouldn't have accepted the apology on the couple's behalf, but I think the victim was being kind of dumb about it, in my opinion. Because Ti really didn't have to say anything. And then, like, who knows, like, it might not have even gotten as far as the owner, or as like celebrities knowing that this is happening and possibly stop putting their money into this restaurant. But yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
here's another follow up. Did you see that viral video of the Asian dude talking to the black YouTubers?
Yeah, I did see that. I expected it to be a white guy, but
Yeah. Oh man, one of your people, Nina. Uh,
East Asian, no, not South Asian.
Asian though.
No, I'm not surprised. Like I said before, like the older generations especially are still racist.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it outwardly like this.
Yeah.
Or we're using a slur.
Yeah. This is a no N-word zone. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it was fucked up. Honestly, my thing has always been like, especially when it comes to minorities of any kind, if you're not white and you are a minority, like why, I just don't get why you think it's okay to degrade other minorities if we all have similar principles within the struggle. I'm not saying our struggles are the same. Yes, black peoples are the worst. Indigenous people are the worst. Like those two groups specifically have the worst struggles out of all minorities. However, we all have the same struggle in the sense that like, I don't know, like for example, South Asians and East Asians, when your name is on a resume, like they might not hire you because they can't pronounce your name or something, you know? Or even with Africans, you could say the same thing. So like it just really bothers me when other minorities just attack other minorities or make fun of them or be racist towards them, because it's like, you know what that feels like or what it could feel like. So why are you doing it to the other person? It's just dumb. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. I'm not surprised. I'm actually, that's a lie. I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised that he so outwardly said it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was seeing that. I was like, whoa. And then dude was like, yo, do something. I'm going to knock this shit out you, man. I like that. I like that type of energy because he did it calmly.
Yeah.
But also, that also went viral. Dude lost his job over that.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude lost his job
Well,
over that.
that's his own fault.
Yeah, as you should. I say as you should. I mean, granted, in America, you can have whatever position you want, but you're gonna have to face the consequences once the mass majority get a hold of that.
Exactly.
They also do say, I also, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Example.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyways, Ice Cube, so he actually did an interview on Fox, and he admitted that he turned down an invite to a Zoom call with Kamala Harris after he initially said that Biden's party refused to meet with him altogether until after the elections.
Yeah.
So he said his reasoning for turning down the call is because he felt it wouldn't be productive to get on a call that 12 other entertainers were going to be on.
Yeah.
This changed because remember initially we thought that, oh, Biden's not going to meet with him because he said he's not meeting with him till the end of the election, so that's why he's meeting with Trump. So does this change your initial thoughts on that, like of Ice Cube meeting with Trump for the contract with Black America?
No. It doesn't change my thought because I feel like this is all right. If you're American, right, and you have access or close access to get to the president, and you want to make sure certain changes that will benefit not only you and your people, but like the greater good of America as you see fit. Why wouldn't you want to have that conversation, have a meeting with the president and their people to showcase different plans and initiatives to help bring up the Black community if that's your plan?
But
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like there's wrong with that.
But my thing is with that is like you're doing it 2 weeks before an election where you know that this person may or may not be able to actually implement that plan.
Granted, yes, the motivation to drive came about 4 years too fucking late. But I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's never too late. It's as long as you get the ball rolling.
To be honest, my initial thoughts and opinion on the situation do change, because initially I was like, no one's gonna be mad at him. He met with Donald because Biden refused to until after the election. But now that I'm finding this out, I'm like, actually, you are kind of stupid for this, because why wouldn't you just meet with, unless you really are a Trumper? If you're really a Trumper, fine, then, but outwardly come and say that then. Don't be hiding behind all these lies and shit. Yeah, I think it is, yeah, because it's literally 2 weeks before an election. So this person may or may not be able to actually implement your plan. And then you're influencing also a bunch of other people who also follow you.
Well, granted, if he said he's going to be on a call with 12 other celebrities, and what I know is that Ice Cube is the only celebrity I know that has a fucking plan. What are the fucking 12 other celebrities going to do? What are they doing? What are we doing on the call? What are we doing on the call?
Well, what if one of the 12 other celebrities was Lil Wayne, who also happened to meet with Trump this past week?
He has no plan. Lil Wayne doesn't have a plan.
That's my thing, too.
Lil Wayne doesn't have a plan. He just said he read the platinum plan that Trump has and was like, yes.
Is the platinum plan the same as the contract with Black America, or are those two different plans?
No, that's something different. So contract with Black America is something that initiative that Ice Cube kind of developed and wanted to, push out there and get the president candidate or the president behind, and implement some initiatives on there to kind of help rebuild, and not rebuild, but bring up the Black community. The Platinum Plan is a comprehensive plan that the Trump administration had put together. I think it was over 500, I want to say million or $500 million towards the uprising of the Black community within South America, which I feel like that as well kind of late, but it's a great initiative. A lot of the celebrities that have said that they read it and outwardly said that they read it and said, hey, this is a great plan that's going to help bring up the Black community. That's all they've been saying. It's like, it's a great initiative. Just because you don't like the person behind it, doesn't necessarily mean anything wrong. It's like the same thing that says about if someone that you don't like is still speaking the truth, just because you don't like them, you shouldn't disregard the fact that they're still speaking. Yeah. So the fact that Trump may have like a platinum plan that might be the betterment of the Black communities, and everyone just like, I don't fuck with Trump. I don't fuck with Trump. Fuck with everything. It's kind of like really disingenuous. The fact that you said you've been fighting for the Black community, but like here's an opportunity to help, and you don't want to listen to it. So are you? And also let me just say this. It kind of reinforces, I guess, the conspiracy that certain Black figures are in the business of keeping the Black man down, and they want the Black man to be. I keep on saying the Black man, but the Black people, keep the Black people down, and want them to stay in this constant state of ignorance, to where they don't take the time to see what's going on around them.
But my thing is with that, when it comes to the whole speaking the truth thing, like Donald Trump has never been one of those people who speaks the truth. Like, he always contradicts everything he says, and he's always saying everything that is true is a lie. Like, that's my thing too with that, is like, how do we know that he's even going to keep his end of the bargain up at the end?
Politicians lie.
Pardon?
Politicians lie. It's a well-known fact. They lie.
Yeah.
They massage the truth. They embellish.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I think that he should have gone with the other party, and actually, because you're influencing a whole other generation of people out there as well, like, who are fans of you and stuff. Maybe not a younger generation right now, like, because a lot of people who are Ice Cube, and this is not a diss, but a lot of people who are Ice Cube fans are older for his music. Because I know for me personally, like, when I was a kid, like, Ice Cube was an actor. He wasn't much of a rapper. So that's just off my own personal views. But
generally, he probably had a good initiative. I mean, good intuition, or whatever. What is that thing? Good intentions in terms of what he was trying to do. Also, like, I honestly feel like, the fuck am I doing on the phone with 12 other celebrities, and I got this fucking plan, and everyone else is just.
Well, you could get everyone else to share their opinion.
Imagine me being on a Zoom call.
Like a group project, and then you just add more greatness.
Imagine me being on a Zoom call and And 2 Chainz like, you know what? At the next campaign, I'm gonna talk about you guys being different, and then I'm gonna transition to some music because the kids fuck with 2 Chainz, you know. And then I'm here with IQ with the plan. It's like, what the fuck?
No, but you could bring in the plan and other people could share their thoughts and initiatives. More 12 brains are better than one, in my opinion. But that's just that on that. Yeah, like I said,
Kodak fucks with the plan too.
all right. Anyways, Lil Wayne met with Trump to discuss a platinum plan and shared his respect for Trump on Twitter. Honestly, this does not surprise me coming from Lil Wayne. He has said outlandish stuff about the cops and stuff as well because the cop saved his life when he was a kid and blah blah blah.
Granted, that's he's talking about. Well, I think people get it messed up. Yeah, granted, there's certain things that Wayne has said that was kind of off cuff, but a lot of it he's speaking from his own personal experiences, and he's speaking from what he says is when he says I haven't experienced racism. Yeah. So you know, when he says like, is it hard to believe that maybe one person out of like the millions and billions of Black people out there has not experienced racism? Is it hard to believe that?
No, but you know what the thing is, and I learned that this year, especially when it came to like my people asking me like, oh, like what's all this stuff with the Black Lives Matter, like what's going on? Oh, I've never experienced anything racist. And I'm like, buddy, like I'll tell you about all the racist experiences I've had. Like what the hell? Like, you know, because they're like, oh, well, not all white people are like that. And I'm like, no, it's not that all white people are like that, but like when you've experienced it so many times from white people, like it gets annoying and it makes it hard to like, you know, just be so like openly accepting to all of them without having a fear of being put down because of the color of your skin. And so like, yeah, like I can see that where Lil Wayne comes from on that. Honestly, though, I'm not surprised that he met with Trump. He's just always kind of been like different. So I'm not surprised. I just, yeah, I'm still a fan. And yeah,
it's not like he endorsed him anyway. I think, all right, maybe the picture might look like you're endorsing someone, but he honestly said that he read the plan, he liked the plan, he feels like it would be great for the Black community. I think that's it. But we live in a society where it's like we hyper analyze everything, and it's like, all right, he fucks with Trump, so he took a picture. But he honestly said plan was good, something that's going to be good for the people. That's it. And everyone else kind of just took it and ran with it. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, academics and Selena Powell are dating. Is this just a troll thing?
I don't know, man. He even went out to speak on it, and he didn't even refute anything. He was like, "All right, if you think I bought it, then I bought it. If you think I didn't buy it, then I didn't buy it." But like, if those who know, kind of know. And I was like, "Bro, what the fuck is that talking about?"
Yeah, I don't know. This confused me because yeah, she posted the whole thing of her G-Wagon and he's like commenting like, yeah, anything for my queen, blah blah blah. And I'm like, is this for real? If it is, I can respect that. They're on the same level.
Yeah, he said,
in my eyes.
He said the car was bought cash. I mean, they're friends. They talk. I don't know if he bought it for her. Yeah, I don't know if Selena's coochie's that fire. I don't know, man.
Academics is allegedly with her now.
I don't know. I like he said like. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? If he bought it, then he bought it, man. At this point, I feel like they're inseparable, to be honest.
I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. I just saw it and I was like, what the hell? And before we get out of here, some quick bite news. Joe Biden tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, I was talking to someone recently and they was like, yo, you never heard of that Clubhouse app?
I heard about it, but I don't know details about it. I saw some stuff on Twitter about it, but I don't actually know what it is.
It's some new app that is like invite only, and it's like networking. You can really like get into like the folds of the industry, but you need to get an invite on the app first. Oh, this girl said she got the invite on it, and I was like, bro, she didn't give me no type of invite talking about it. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Like you go, I want you to be on that app and then go make some money. If you don't make no money off the app, then what the fuck you on the app for? I say that to say this.
I was going to ask you, why'd you say that?
Because on the app, Joe Budden had a chat room where he's talking about he caught COVID.
Oh.
And then that's when I first heard about the COVID thing. I was like, oh, Joe Budden got COVID? I was like, what the fuck is Joe Budden doing to catch COVID? You know?
He's fucking someone.
Ooh!
Anyways, Gucci Mane and Keisha are having a boy. That has been confirmed.
Hey, man, I'd like to see that.
Jeannie Mai is leaving Dancing with the Stars. She left this morning after a life-threatening throat condition forcing immediate surgery. Basically, it blocks your windpipe from getting air and shit. So she had to have immediate surgery this morning. So she's no longer on the season, and she made it all the way to week 8, and there's only 2 more weeks to go.
Yeah, man. I hope that she's able to recover, speedy recovery. And I know that, man, my guy Jeezy, she's ready to submit. They were in love. I think the wedding was coming up.
Why are you saying were? She's
I'm sorry. I'm not to say not to say like they were breaking up or anything, but like, you know, things were going so heavenly for both of them. For this thing to come up, it's just really unfortunate.
This tests the relationship. Is he going to be there to help her? I think so. I think it's still going to be fine. Why are you so negative?
Who says it's negative?
Has somebody been like not helping you when you were sick or something? Or
who said I'm negative? I'm just saying this was very unfortunate. Like everything was going well. Everything was going well.
And shit happens. Who's to say it's not going to go well after this? I don't like your projecting here onto this relationship. Don't project your experience onto their fruitful relationship.
Hold on. I came on here and I congratulate everybody in the relationship. Also, what I say, I came on this podcast at the beginning or at the end of September, and I said, hey, man, I don't think that divorce is going to happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah, we know.
What happened? No, I affirmed that the shit wasn't happening, but Cardi B was like, yeah.
And she officially withdrew papers today.
Yeah. What'd I say? And officer said, I won.
yeah. Anyways, that's our episode this week, you guys.
Yeah.
Do with what you will. Hopefully, Kelsey Nicole will be on here at some point before the year ends to let us know what really happened with Tory.
Congratulations.
Maybe we can get Tory on here.
Also, that would be a nice interview.
I'm gonna try. I'll try for Tory. You try for Kelsey.
That'd be giving us mad views too.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It could leverage us. Okay, get on it. Anyways, get us out of here.
Yeah. All right, then. This has been another episode of the Educated and Reckless Car. Oh wow.
You want me to do it?
No. This has been another episode of the Educated and Reckless Podcast with your host Apollo PN.
No better, Nina.
And if you enjoy our educated conversations with our reckless rhetoric, then make sure you come back again next week because we don't ever stop here.
No. Bye.